Hi, it's Sunday. We are at Bates Nut Farm Pumpkin Patch looking. You want to go to sleep? Oh. Well, we looked at pumpkins, but now she's tired. You don't want to go in the pumpkin patch?
No.
Hello, today is Sunday, October 22nd. I'm in my 12th week of school. If we haven't met yet, my name is Natalie Priester. I'm a middle school English learner teacher. My students are in 7th grade. I also have one class of web, which is a leadership elective. I teach in the Inland Empire in Southern California. In my vlog each week, I take you into my class and I show you what we are doing, and I also share bits of my home life with you. In my English class this week, we are starting our Dia de los Muertos unit. It is a Mexican holiday where people go to the cemeteries or they create altars to celebrate the lives of their loved ones who have passed away. This week, we are writing our scripts. Next week, we will make the boxes. In my class every day, we start our class with Classroom Book a Day. Today's book is Uncle Chino's Picnic by Diane Gonzalez Bertrand. Then in class, the students created a T-chart about what was going to go on their speech and what needed to go on the altar. Then we made a graphic organizer, and I made a sample one about my grandma to show them what things need to go as the content into their presentation. Then they made a blank one. The students are going to fill that out during the next 2 days and ask their parents for help tonight. In my web class, we had a big day last Friday because we went out and did a big event with the 7th graders. So today the kids did some self-assessment and reflection on the computer. And that was just kind of the day. It was just kind of a chill day. So I'm looking forward to this week. What else are you gonna get? This one? Okay, good. I'm new and at the library. I'm picking up some books that I ordered. I used my library card to have some picture books shipped here for our Classroom Book a Day, so we're gonna scoop those up. I think I have to come again this week to get more. And I like that because instead of searching for books for my classroom, Nuari is actually spending time with me looking for books for her. Hello, today is Tuesday, October 23rd. In my English classes today, we read Carmela Full of Wishes by Matt de la Pena. Oh my God, read this book. It is so good. Read it to your kids, especially if they are immigrants and English learners. It is outstanding. We had a great discussion afterwards. Our class for today, of course, is to read, as always, because we do independent reading every single day in my class because that is important. And by the way, the kids each read their own novels of their own choice, and their rule is that if they don't like it, they are not allowed to keep reading. They have to move on to a new book to make sure that they're not wasting time in developing a distaste for reading. Our other classwork, well, instead of journal today, I sent home flyers. One was for Talking Points, which is the app I use to communicate with my parents, and it translates for us. It's not really an app, it's just a texting tool. So I sent that home with the kids again because I don't have all of the parents enrolled yet. I also sent home a flyer for our Dia de los Muertos event that's next Friday. And then in class, it was kind of a little bit of some sloppy flex stuff. We did our circle, which was all good. The question was, who are you doing your altar about? Easy peasy, good to go. Then I had the kids who actually got their bubble cluster done sit with me, and I reviewed it with them. The other kids, I had kids that were working in groups trying to fill out their bubble clusters because they could kind of remember it. Then I had kids working on Read 180 if they just had nothing, because if they haven't talked to their parents yet, they couldn't do the graphic organizer. So we also was a big talk about deadlines and going home tonight and getting their graphic organizers filled in so they don't fall behind. This big project management, oh, it's so hard for kids to realize, hey, there's a next step and it's gonna snowball, and if you fall behind, you might not get it done in time, guys. In web, we had a lesson that was from the web curriculum. It was about values, and it had the kids doing a rock, paper, scissors tournament with brackets, and then we moved from that to a values brackets thing. It was not my favorite. It was a little bit confusing. The rock, paper, scissors tournament was fun, but not everybody could play. And then when it came to the values, they didn't understand all of the words enough. Integrity is really hard for me to just rattle off and give you a definition, and it's kind of hard for 8th graders, especially with a lot of English learners, to do the same. So I'll tweak that again before the next group comes in. But the end goal of that was to add their values to their sphere, which we are making for their About Me, Global Me activity in that class. Just checking in. It is Tuesday night. On Tuesdays, I go to yoga. Nuari and I hung out. We played in the garden. Do you want some kombucha? She loves kombucha. And now we're going to read some books. Okay, say goodnight. Hello, it is Wednesday, September 24th. In my English classes today, our Classroom Book a Day was Tomas and the Library Lady. We loved this because it is based on a man who actually became the chancellor of UC Riverside, which is our local university. So my kids are just asking for Latino books all the time. That's all they want to read. My kids did their silent reading and their journals today. We actually did something a little bit different. Let me grab it. We used these little charts. Last week I had them do a survey in Google about who celebrates Dia de los Muertos. Then today I printed these, we put them in the kids' journals, and they wrote paragraphs about the pie graph because that's something they're going to have to do on their LPAC testing in the spring. And then we played a game. Our game today is, I call it black or white. It's like this or that. It's like an easy version of philosophical chairs where kids go on this side or this side when I ask them a question. They loved that game. I think that's what I might start repeating. I should start repeating some of my games. And then our classwork was to do the outline of our scripts for the Dia de los Muertos project. So I gave them an outline based on my example about my grandma. And then I had kids go sit in the back if they wanted my help in writing their scripts, sit independently on the edges of the room if they could work alone. If they still didn't have their graphic organizer, they were in the middle on read 180. In my web class, I fixed that lesson from yesterday. I had my co-teacher's class come in because we swap classes sometimes, and we did the rock, paper, scissors, brackets in 4 corners, then we had a championship level, and then we did the morals and values after that, and I explained the words and put them up, so it went much better. We are prepping because today our school is having a fall festival and my leaders are running a cakewalk. It's mostly my after school club kids, and I'm putting the girls in charge and they're just gonna make it happen, and it should be really good. So I'll show you guys some pictures of that too. Hello, today is Thursday, October 25th. Our book of day is The Princess and the Warrior by Duncan Tonatiuh. I think I said that right. It is an Aztec folktale myth. In class we did our reading, of course, then my kids did their journals. In their journals today, we used another little pie graph. This one was about the amount of kids who had turned in a paper to me, and they wrote a paragraph about that. And then we split into our groups to work on the scripts for Dia de los Muertos. So I had a group of kids sitting with me in the back to get help. I had kids sitting in the middle if they were working independently, and I had kids sitting around the perimeter in partners if they wanted to work that way. In my web class, Mr. Lar and I brought all the kids into one room and we tried to do a whole circle. It was a giant fail. They didn't fit. We didn't take any videos. I took no pictures. I have no footage. I'm sorry. We did a circle to talk about how to make class better because we've been having some problems with kids listening while we're talking and just connecting to all of the kids. So we have a few ideas to make it a little bit better. We had some Korean food and now we're having acai bowls. That's a blueberry. Hello, it is Friday, October 26th. In my class today, it is deadline day. That means my kids have to turn in a big writing task. But before we get to that, our book of the day was Rainbow Fish. Honestly, I forgot their Latino book and I have backup books. This is on our backup list, but they liked it because a lot of the kids had read it in elementary school. And then we did a quick circle and we talked about how we feel when we make presentations. I gave the kids a word bank with feeling words and we quickly talked about that. In first period, I had a guest come in who is a tech director from another district. So that was a nice little invitation, a nice little surprise, not a surprise. It was a nice little break in the routine and my kids behaved excellently while she was in here. And then we went to deadline day, which means, okay, Chromebook's open and you have 3 options. You may sit with me at the back table and get help, or you may sit in the middle of the room and work by yourself, or on the edge of the room and work with a partner. See a pattern this week? Because that's kind of what we're doing. And then I put the timer on the big screen and crank some music on and the kids just work and write. These scripts are not as done as our normal writing tasks are because they require the kids to ask their parents questions in order to get the information, and some of them are behind on that, some because they forgot, and some because of genuine reasons like their parents have been working at night and their schedules don't match up. So this is going to extend into next week a little bit, but they are pretty on track to get those altars done by next Friday for our big project. Oh, in my web class, again, no pictures, people. What is wrong with me? In my web class today, the kids, what did we do? Oh, I know what we did in web. We sent the kids, Chris and I sent the kids out to go check in on their 7th graders and remind them that progress reports are next week. Hello, it is Friday night. Nora and I just got back from a quick trip down to San Diego and back. She's exhausted from playing with her cousins, and she got to meet my dad's sister, so my her great aunt Eileen, and my uncle Chico, and she got to play with her cousins, and she had a great night. Good morning, it's Saturday. Noir and I are having a picnic of Greek food in a park. We are at Lake Poway in Lake Poway or Poway Lake? I think it's Poway Lake in Poway. I know of this little spot because when I was younger, I ran a day camp a couple weeks that took place right here with some friends. So we're on this little nook and we have a great view of the water, and we are watching the ducks. We came down to San Diego because I had a hair appointment, and then we're gonna head back up, and we have a family event because it's her grandma's birthday today.
Swimming?
They're swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're swimming?
Oh, it's Sunday. Nuari fell asleep. I have Claritin in my hand because my friend Michelle told me about a horse retirement center that does a pumpkin patch. And Nuari's been obsessed with horses since we went to the fair over the summer. And so I brought her here and she's gonna go see the horsies. Before we left, I said, baby, you wanna go see the horsies? And she was running the house saying, let's go, horsies, horsies. So the drive was a little long, but I think she's gonna love it. It looks really cool here. Oh, I have these because I'm horribly allergic to horses, like horribly. So I'm taking one for the team today for her. Hopefully she's not allergic like I am. I don't think she is. She did okay at the pony ride. Oh, good job. Gonna buy the gourd? Okay. Horsey, come on, let's go see. Oh, two horsey faces. It's so cute. Did you feed a pony? Nice pony. Okay, we practiced on the mini horses. We're gonna feed the big horse. Will you feed it, Nuari? Hold the carrot.
No.
Okay, she said she's ready. Feed the horsey. Oh, Nuari, you have to give it to the horsey. You can't throw it. Okay, ready? Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna help you. Put your hand on the carrot. Hold the carrot. Okay, now give girlfriend. You have to hold the carrot until the horsey bites it. Okay, no. Give me your hand. Okay, fine, Mom. Oh, hi, horsey. Nice, horsey. Okay, is Mommy gonna feed? Watch, Nuari. Mommy's gonna feed the horsey. Look. Okay, here, horsey. Here, horsey. Ah! Oh, jump, 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 jump. Nora, you want a horse? Horsey?
I mean, you kind of have to get used to them when you do that.
Yeah. So the pumpkin patch was so much fun. She had a really good time, and so we'll be back there next year, definitely, and you should check it out. It's called California Equine Retirement Center, and all the money goes to help feed the retired racehorses. We're at the library picking up books for my classroom book a day, and I finally ran over to check out the bookstore. 25 cents, people. Teachers, quit buying books everywhere else. Just go to your library and get the used books. They're so cheap.